Good morning. Today's class is about abstract classes. What is actually abstract class and what is the significance of using an abstract class in Java? Is there is a real requirement for using a or declaring a class as an abstract? So before you understand all these things, you have to have a knowledge of use of final keyword, which we have already seen in the last video. Okay, as a part of recalling, I can say final means you can use a keyword final for any variable declaration, and once it is declared, it means that value of this variable cannot be changed. Okay, so that is the main point in final declaration. So whenever you declare a variable, as normal you can declare any variable, but once you declare this variable as final by using a keyword final just before the variable declaration, then the value of that is initialized with this variable cannot be changed throughout the program. That is, it will become as a constant. Okay, now abstract classes, the first part of the abstract classes, first class, as usually we know, it will have a variable declaration part and method declaration part. Okay, in variable declaration part, here we will be using only the variable which is having final keyword. That is, in abstract classes, only the variable with final keyword will be used. So it means that it cannot be changed. It will be remaining as a constant. Say pi is equal to 3.14. You cannot change this value if you declare as final. So pi will always remain as 3.14. So that is one part of abstract class. The second part of abstract class is our method declaration or method definition. And to make it more simpler, I can say that in abstract classes, we will never use a method with a body of with the definition of the method. Means you can have the method name, but you will not have the definition of the method or function. Okay, body of the definition will not be present in a abstract classes. So when you create an abstract class like this, you cannot create an object of these classes. Normally in other classes, conventional classes methods, we will always have, you can always have any number of objects that will be created by the class from that class. But when you create abstract classes, one thing you should remember that you don't have the freedom to create any object of that class. So what is the importance creating a class? You cannot create an object from this class because you cannot access the value of the classes then. So here comes the importance of interface in Java. In interfaces, we normally use abstract classes and abstract method. Okay, so once again, abstract method means you cannot have a body of the program or body of the method or function declared in a abstract method. Method that are declared without any body within abstract class is called abstract method. Method will be defined by its subclass. Any class that inherits an abstract class must implement all abstract methods declared by the superclass. Now Java allows abstract classes. So this is one example. In this example we can see vehicle is an abstract class and it is generic in nature. In vehicle you can have three other subclasses: car, boat and plane. Okay, so whatever method we are going to write, suppose we are going to write a method in car, boat and plane. When you declare in abstract classes, body of the function will not come in this part. So that is a sample of an abstract class. So here we can see abstract class vehicle, that is your abstract class, and you have a string name, that is variable declaration, a string get name, return name. So you will get car, boat, plane, etc. Abstract void move. This is actually the main method in the abstract class, and this method is declared abstract. If you declare this as abstract, it means that body of the function should not be present here. So it is there is no body here. That is one way of writing the abstract class. Now, what is the significance of abstract class in Java? Java uses another feature known as interface. This interface is a method to implement multiple inheritance. When we have look over inheritance, we have four types of inheritance: hierarchical inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, single inheritance. But in that video, we have already mentioned that except for multiple inheritance, all other inheritance is possible in Java. But how come you can avoid multiple inheritance? So, in order to implement multiple inheritance, Java uses another feature known as interface. So, through the interface, you can implement multiple inheritance in Java. Normally, as what I wanted to say is, as in C++, we already say there will be a class for grandfather, then the second class is father and the son. So multiple inheritance means whatever inherited from grandfather automatically comes to father, and from this father you can inherit to son. So that is multiple inheritance, but that is not possible in Java directly. It is implemented using another feature in Java, that is interface. But rest of all the three other inheritance is possible as usual. So when you are using inheritance, it is absolutely necessary that you should use abstract classes and methods. So that is why Java focuses on abstract classes. So, so these are some points regarding interfaces. So you can see, so interface, you are using an interface keyword as a class name. You are using here interface as a keyword, and the name of the interface is printable in minimum 5 void print. So once it is written as interface, what happens is that the variable will become as final. So you can say public static final int minimum. Static means it is global declaration, so throughout the program it can be assessed. Final means once it is declared, this value will not change. Now throughout the program, the minimum min value should be 5. You cannot change as 10 or whatever. That is the meaning of final. Public means it is publicly declared. Interfaces are publicly declared, but classes and other features can be declared as private mode, public mode and protected mode. But interfaces will always occur in the public mode of declaration. And the next is a function. Here it is void print, but when it comes to interface, it will become a public abstract void print, because in abstract we use abstract classes or methods in interface, and abstract classes will have the keyword abstract, and void print is the function. Since it is publicly noted, so it is known as public abstract void. Now these are the differences between class and interface. As I can say you, in a class you can create an object, but when you create an interface you cannot create an object. That is the first main sentence, first main difference. And class will have concrete methods. Interface cannot have concrete methods. It is a kind of implementation, because in a method in interface we will not write the definition of the method or function. Then in classes can be used in public mode, private and protected mode, but interface is always used in public mode. Now this is a syntax for interface. The keyword interface is used, and the doable is the name of the interface, and you have three functions written, and you can see that these are all abstract methods written in interface, which means that the function will not have a definition. I think this is clear now. Now how can you implement an interface? And implementing, we use the keyword when you inheritance for inheritance, when we use extend keyword in interface, we will use implement instead of extend. Okay, so we will just go into the example. So public class something implements doable. Here public is like we are always, interfaces are always done in public mode. So public class something means this is something is a class name, and implements doable is the interface. Okay, and public void do this. This is written inside a class. Class is something, so you can have the function definition. So again void do that definition etc. Okay. Now just we will have an example program, how to write an interface program. So this example will make you understand how what is exactly interface means. Okay. So here I have written interface area. Interface area, as I have told you, when you declare a part of the subject as interface, you will have only variables which will have in final keyword. So you can see that final static float by 3.14 and float compute x float y. So there is one variable declaration, that is pi, that is 3.14, and as I have already said, now you cannot change this value. It will remain as 3.14 throughout the program. Now float compute, another is abstract method. So abstract method is compute here, that is a method that you can see, and as I have already said, so when you declare an abstract method, it will not have a definition. So here definition is not given. Okay. Now next is a class. Class rectangle. This is a rectangle is a class. Implements area. Why we use implements? If it was from another class, we will use extend. But this is from another interface. So we are extending the information from the interface. So we will use implements area. So you will have the feature of area now using the keyword implement. And you will have a doubt, why can't we use a class here? You can use a class here, but you cannot. What I want to say is, when you use a class here, area is a class and area cannot be inherited multiple inheritance is not possible. So if the class rectangle is another class and class circle is another class, class rectangle cannot inherit directly from the area and class circle also cannot inherit directly from the area. That is why we make the area as interface. Once it is declared as interface, it is possible to inherit naturally. So here we have to be very careful, that you have to understand that if it is a simple class, normally in C++ we can directly inherit it from any other class. But you are inherited from a parent class many times. That is not possible in Java, because here you are using interface method to implement the same. Now you can see the class rectangle implements area, and in this area, in this class we are writing the function definition that is written in function definition of the method that is written in the interface. What is the function name? Float compute, which is actually the part of the interface. Now we are writing the definition inside the class rectangle. Now one more thing I want to say is that normally whatever abstract methods we are declaring inside an interface. So here we are using the abstract method float compute, that is in interface area, and abstract method, as already said, it will not have method definition, but it will be defined inside another class. So the class rectangle is a mode used to define the method of function definition of class compute. Now another class circle, it can implements area. Again it can be taken from the or extended from the area. Now it is possible because it is interface. Otherwise you cannot implement directly from another class. If area is written as class, it was not possible, but if it is written as interface, you can implement from the area. So in this class again I have written the function definition of the class compute, okay, function compute. Now rest of the things are very simple, because I have just written public static void main, and rectangle rect is a new object, circle CR is a new object, area is another object, and area is equal to rect. Then I am using system.out.println area 10,20. So automatically this area float x will get 10 and float y is 10. 10 into 20 is 200. And next is another compute 10, 0. So 10 comma 0 means it will come float x 10 and this is 0. Pi into x into x. So 3.14 into 10 into 10, that is 314. So this is what is interface is. Now these are from few slides understanding how interfaces and classes are possible, and you can extend from one class to class. You can, if you are extending from class to interface, you will use the keyword implement, and you can also extend from one interface to another interface. You can use a comma operator, and these are the few relationships how you can implement interfaces. So that is what about today's video.